Okay. Well, come on in and stay for a while. It's another edition of the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. I'm Adrian Ochoa, joined as always by Rachel Phillips. Week 8 of the high school football season. And Rachel, things getting interesting as teams look to get to the top of the mountain in their respective districts right now.
Yeah, definitely looking very different. And like you said, come right in. We're here hanging out, and we want you to hang out with us, right, too.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup as we always do. We'll begin with District 1-6A, our game of the week, a battle for first, as the Eastlake Falcons, undefeated in district play, paid a visit to West El Paso to take on those Franklin Cougars.
We'll then head over to the SAC, where the Montwood Rams took on the Pebble Hill Spartans. The Spartans were looking to secure their 5th win in district play. And then later, we'll focus on District 1 5A Division 2. Andros hosting Canutillo, who would improve to 2-0 in district play.
Well, we start here with an East Side versus West Side showdown. The Eastlake Falcons have just been soaring this season, a perfect 5-0 record in district play entering the day, but right on their heels are the Franklin Cougars. The Cougs 3-1 in district play, and they would like nothing more than to snap Eastlake's winning streak here. So it's tonight's game of the week. The Cougars with the home field advantage in this one. A win would put them tied for first in District 1-6A, but Eastlake out to prove why they're the best in the district, and they do just that right out of the bat here. Eastlake comes out on fire. Juan Solis with an 85-yard touchdown off the kick return. Juan Solis,
that one, yeah.
Juan Solis welcome to End Zone City. They go up 7-0. Franklin's Shea Smith with this bomb to Bo Sparks, which gives them a spark right there on this drive. And Smith gonna find his main man once again, Sparks, this time for the touchdown. And check out who was in the house. UTEP head coach Dana Dimmel.
Yeah, I'm sure he was pretty impressed with those plays. Not bad, eh?
Miner's on a bye week, so he's got time to spare right now. Coach Dimmel pretty impressed with that. 10-12 Eastlake, as you saw, that field goal right there, but seconds before, Franklin's Soto with the field goal. Then you have the Smith and Sparks connection. There it is once again. Before the end of the third, Dave, this is gonna 62-yard pass out to Bo again, and he'll just take care of the rest.
Elias Rangel. Yeah, he runs 70 yards for the TD there, and they go up 26-12.
Thanks to Rachel for the assist on those highlights there. I got excited when I saw Coach Dana Dimmel. I'm seeing these highlights for the first time as well. I was like, hey, Coach Dimmel was out at that game. And how do you do? The Franklin Cougars snapping the win streak for the Eastlake Falcons, handing them their first loss in district play, 26-12, the final. Let's go ahead and hear from those victorious Cougs.
I think it was just the kids believing, you know, and the coaches all had confidence in the plan. It's just a matter of time for it to come together. We were definitely struggling in the first half, but like I said, the turnovers were the difference, and I think we took advantage of that.
We were the underdogs in this one. We knew we had to put up a fight. You know, we knew it was going to be a dog fight, but you know, I have no words. My team did amazing. You know, they did amazing with a good team. You know, offense clicked on all cylinders in the second half. You know, and our defense did lights out the whole game, so they really helped us, you know, get those points on the board.
And that was the quarterback, Shea Smith, right there.
Yeah, a massive statement win right there from the Cougs, and that's actually the second year in a row the Cougs have beaten Eastlake in district play to put a X on Eastlake's win streak. That was the only loss they had last season in district play, the only loss they've had so far this season in district play.
Things getting interesting in that district, and next week doesn't get any easier for Franklin because they get Pebble Hills on Thursday night. And Pebble Hills, remember, they have one loss in district play as well, and that was to America's. So, yeah, interesting.
It's all happening.
How that's going to shape up.
Yeah, well, ABC 7's Will Heron joins us now. He was actually over at the SAC for today's doubleheaders. Both games in District 1-6A. Like we mentioned, Pebble Hills taking on Montwood, and Eldorado's clash with America's. Will, a lot happening.
Yeah, you know, that was great. Yeah. Thank you, gangsters, for letting me come back and hang out with you all for a little bit. Sorry, Eastlake, no disrespect, but when you come to Cougar Town, you get the beat down, and that's just what happens, fellas. I'm sorry.
Speaking like a former Cougar, right?
Yeah. I might be kind of a homer in that department. But let's get rolling here to this Pebble Hills game, the 6-1. Pebble Hills Spartans bust out their spears to take on the mighty 2-4 Montwood Rams. First quarter action, Isaac Galvan hits Jeremiah Steve, who almost takes out the ref right there, gets him down to the Rams' 15-yard line. Now, that would set up this dark from Galvan to Diego Oaxaca for 6 points there. Pebble Hills would respond though. Second quarter. Spartans line up in the shotgun formation with the 2 backs, and they would just road grade their way all the way down the field to the Rams' 5-yard line, and a battered Montwood defense had to contend with the bulldozer, Jacob Ledesma, who would take the rock in for the 6-point withdrawal. Montwood up 35-31 right now in the fourth quarter. Now, this game started a little bit late. I was out there. They started about 45 to 50 minutes late, so they're definitely finishing that up here shortly. We'll get those scores for you. All right, let's go out to that El Dorado game. 3-3 El Dorado taking on the 2-5 America's Trailblazers. No rain delay, so we get going quick. Brian Promise takes the ball and has some room, gets into the second level, but he's holding the ball like a loaf of bread. It would come out. Elijah Issa makes him pay with the recovery. El Dorado takes advantage. Freshman, that's right, freshman Ryan Estrada takes the pill and gets ill. Gets a great block, rumbles 35 yards, tackled out of bounds pretty hard, but that first down makes things feel better. But I got to show you that block one more time. Diego Carrasco takes out 3 America's defenders. Quincy Estrada would get the rest. Fakes the handoff, calls his own number, turns on the burners, and takes the ball to its home. No quitting Americas, though. Comis owes his team a play, and he would make it, fighting his way through multiple tackles to get the Trailblazers in scoring range. From the gun, Mark Moore III, that's a quarterback name, takes it in for the tutty. Americas takes it 49-42.
I think Mark Moore, I read some stat, it was either 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns in that game to help them get the win. Insane.
Hands down.
Insane
Stud.
in the membrane even, if you want to go there.
Oh, well, rhyming today, I like that. I think I started something.
I love it, yeah.
Kill, ill, insane, membrane. We can keep going all night.
What was it? The
Pound Town, Cougar Town.
Taking the pill, making it feel ill. What
That's
was
right.
that? I like it. Whatever that
Those
line
are all
was.
mine. You can't have those.
I'm
Those
not
are
taking it.
trademarked.
I'm giving you.
Copyrighted by Will
Right.
Heron.
I don't say End Zone City because I know that's yours.
Feel free. I don't care.
Oh,
It's
no,
all
I
up
do.
for grabs. No
I don't know
copyright.
if I have any yet. I got to get going. Washrooms with heat, but I feel like that's a pretty generic.
Make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, something. Oh, there you go. Rhyming again.
Did it again.
Will, thank you.
Stop it. Bye, guys.
We will, of course, keep you posted on that Montwood Pebble Hills game. I again mentioned Pebble Hills gets Franklin next week. They would like nothing more to at least get that win against Montwood, but it seems like the Rams have other plans.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Pebble Hills, they were kind of the team to beat to start the season. Now they're finding some trouble with some other teams kind of turning up to play. So pretty fun times. But let's turn to 1-5A Division 2. It was the battle of the Eagles over in Northeast El Paso. The Cantillo Eagles paying a visit to the Andress Eagles. Both teams entered the game 1-0 in district play. So who would make it 2-0? We go to Andress High School. It was a tight affair in the beginning with Andress wide receiver Malcolm Anderson taking it to the end zone. It was not long though before the Cantillo defense stepped up, making a huge interception right there. Diving interception nonetheless, and that would allow star running back and Stanford commit LJ Martin to put 6 points up for the Eagles. And look, the Eagles just too big, too strong in the end. They win it 49-20 in the battle of the Eagles.
Impressive win there for Cantillo. They continue to roll in district play. While our next game keeps us in District 1-5A Division 2. The Burgess Mustangs were looking to bounce back after losing their first district game against Cantillo last week. Tonight they made the trip to Central El Paso to take on the Huskies of Chapin. Chapin looking pretty good right now. 2-0 in district entering the day, and they were riding, again, that 2-game win streak. This game going down at Irvin High School tonight, and Burgess did everything they could to compete in this one with the Huskies, with running back number 32, Caleb Hanna, making a strong run right here, but it was ultimately the Chapin Huskies and sophomore quarterback Evan Rivera coming out on top, doing that dart right there to senior Anthony Rivera. They led at the half 28-0, and here was that pass right there. We slowed it down for you right there, and yeah, nice grab right there for the touchdowns for those Huskies. Again, they will lead 28-0 at the half, and all Huskies in this one, as you see, the final score 40-7. Those Huskies improved to 3-0 in district play.
Yeah, 3 on the trot. Let's go, Huskies. How good.
Despite a slow start, I mean, all that matters is what you do at this point in district play, and already 3-0 in district play.
Yeah.
Forget what happened to them earlier.
I'm pretty sure they made a QB change as well 3 weeks ago, so that could be playing a lot into it as well. Very interesting. But let's move to 2 teams looking for their first district win and doing it in the best stadium on earth. Jefferson taking on El Paso, the Silver Foxes in the red zone, putting their running back in Roman Gomez at Wildcat. He just runs around them all for the TD. They're up 6-0, but not for long, because watch this on the 2-point conversion. They once again have Gomez line up at Wildcat, and he does literally the same thing. It's my favorite saying. We mentioned it before. Wash, rinse, repeat.
There's your catchphrase.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Gomez shining as bright as the star on the mountain, and in La Jeff colors as well. I mean, come on. The Tigers, though, looking to get back into it. Jerry Chavez fakes me out here, and probably the Jefferson defense, because he's got the spiral up to Pedro Chavez, who stays in field enough for the Tiger touchdown. They now trail 8-7, but that play clearly gave them a lot of confidence, because on 4th and 10, Chavez goes for it and finds Pablo Gonzalez just shy of the end zone, and Cristobal Nunes just battles his way in for another Tiger touchdown, beating 3 guys and stretching over the plane. Loses it once he gets over, but they count it as a TD. He crossed the plane holding it, so TD it is, and the Tigers would go on to win it 21-15 to get their first win in district play.
Congrats to those Tigers there. Let's go ahead. We're plenty more to come here on Borderland Blitz. We're going to turn our attention to District 148, Division 1. San Elizario paid a visit to Riverside. We'll also check in on the Lobos and Lions going down at Clint High School's Mountain View paid a visit to Clint. And then, can't forget here, the cheerleaders coming up with the War of the Week. That's after the break.
Wait until 2023 and start your new career today. Enroll now at Southwest University. We offer flexible schedules and short terms for you to finish your degree faster. Apply today and become an essential worker in the nursing, surgical tech, or health admin fields. That's right, we are now accepting applications to become a registered nurse, surgical tech, or healthcare administrator. For more information, call us today at 915-778-4001 or visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Southwest University makes you happen.
Delicious pizza on dough made from scratch daily. New and classic games everyone loves. The post-match celebration. It's all made to be shared. And now for a limited time, get this extremely tasty deal. A large scratch-made extreme pepperoni pizza, just $15.49. Peter Piper Pizza. Pizza made fresh, families made happy.
Hi, I'm Dylan McKim. This Sunday on ABC7 Extra, a new avalanche of accusations in the Walmart shooting case. A local attorney accusing a legal advisor to the district attorney of imitating and threatening the family of a Walmart shooting victim.
This weekend, wake up early for Good Morning El Paso at 8 a.m. for special candidate forums. Saturday, City Council District 8 candidates, and Sunday for City Council District 1. Stay informed on the issues with ABC7 for complete election coverage.
We love Blitzy and the Borderland Blitz.
Who doesn't love Blitzy and the Borderland Blitz? I mean, come on.
You saw him just chilling right there watching the El Paso game earlier. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, hey, we did just get an update on that Pebble Hills game. They ended up winning it 38-35. Wow. A touchdown with 18 seconds left in the game. Massive, massive win for Pebble Hills.
Congrats to head coach Mark Torres and his crew. Again, that sets up next week now. Pebble Hills, Franklin, both with 1 loss on their district records. So interesting.
It's
Thursday
matchup.
At
6-8. Ooh,
yeah, it's a Thursday matchup. So maybe for the week we might even add it to the. I know we like to tape them on Thursday, so possibly, and we'll get the cheerleaders involved in that big District 1-6A game next week. We're going to go ahead and turn the page to District 1-4A, Division 1. The Riverside Rangers are 1-0 in district play tonight. They played host the San Elizario Eagles, a team in search of their first win in district play. Jason McNabb was out at that game and brings us the highlights of that one, of how it all went down. What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, I think, Jason, if you want to, I think we're having some mic issues on Jason's part there, so we might do this one for him. Yeah, Caleb Curta rumbled with that ball.
Riverside going to take over right here. I guess there's a fumble, and Riverside with a recovery. The Rangers just, looking good up to this point. And there you see the handoff there, and touchdown for the Rangers. This was all Riverside.
As to be expected, unfortunately, for San LA. Would love to see a good upset there, but Rangers all the way, 51-6, massive win for them in district play.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
See if we got Jason's mic.
Let's see if we can get Jason back now here for the second game. You're out at Jason. Mountain View and Clint, another big one. He had to drive around town today.
Sorry about that, guys. Well, yeah. So now we've had a trial down at Alameda Boulevard, right to Clint High School, where the Lobos definitely put up a defensive fight against the Lions. Clint quickly scores on their first drive after gaining a great field position from a poor kickoff. And Mountain View looks to strike back here. Now, here's a pass to number 2, and you gotta catch that, man. You can't drop that. Now Clint gets the ball back, but they couldn't do much with their next ensuing drive, unfortunately. So they punted away. But wait. Now there we go. Mountain View muffs the punt, and Clint capitalizes on this terrible mistake by the Lobos. Yeah, they're happy about that. They take a long drive that goes all the way through the second quarter, and they score here. The Lions barely take this one home, 28-17.
Wow, close victory there, but awesome stuff.
Yeah, Jason, thank you very much. We also, Pecos and Fabens.
This was another one in District 148 Division 2 as well. The Pecos Eagles.
Took a trip to Fabens to take on the Wildcats. This one started fast. We were literally setting up the camera when Colt Sagago drops a dime in the hands of Jesus Navarro, who takes it 70 yards for the score.
So we play the week nominee, I would say.
Oh, it's an early call. No fear in the Wildcats, and we got a cupcake alert. Yeah, Eric Ortiz from the gun hits Ivan Ritza, who bobbles the catch, but eventually comes down with it. He then kicks on the turbos and flies down the field for the score. Yeah, that got the fans fired up for the district game. Come on now. Pecos would battle back to the 7-yard line to attempt a field goal, but the Beast Manuel Castro had other plans in mind as he blocks the kick. 16-14, the win to Pecos right there. Close one, another close one.
District 148 Division 2 giving us a lot of great games tonight. Well, in District 3 2A Division 1, it was the Anthony Wildcats hosting the Forsen Buffaloes, and you see it was all Forsen in this one in a shutout, 37-0, as Anthony suffers their 3rd loss of the season. Forsen, a very good team. This was their 6th win of the season. It's a tough district right there that the Wildcats find themselves in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as always, you see it, read it, and weep. It is time for War of the Week. Lorenzo Leyva.
Who were the teams on this one?
Well, don't test my memory like this. It was out of the sack yesterday.
Okay.
Who played out? This is how bad my memory is.
Adrian
just putting me on the spot.
I gave her a pop quiz, and I'm even blanking as to who the game was last week.
No, okay. Eastwood.
It was Eastwood and Socorro.
There we go.
There we go. How could I forget? Like,
yeah, you're true. Wow.
I know.
What alma mater graduate are you?
My bad. I gave her a pop quiz, and I don't even know the answer. I'm like the teacher who gives the things that's like, has to look at the guide.
You know what we did, though? Teamwork. We worked it out together.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
A lot of teamwork needed when you're in a tug of war. Let's take a look. Lorenzo Leyva hosts this week's War of the Week.
Week 8, and that means another edition of War of the Week. I'm here at the SAC, and I have a team that Adrian knows all about, that he uses alma mater. Eastwood Troopers, how are we feeling? And I'm here with the one and only Socorro Bulldogs. All right, I think we're about ready to get started. What do you guys think? We're getting ready to get started? Yeah. Awesome. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, and go! And it's even right now. The rope has not moved. The rope still hasn't moved. Socorro's taking a little bit of lead. Socorro wins. Socorro wins. What a victory chant. That was so exciting. Congratulations, Socorro. You guys won this week's War of the Week.
I love how they had that cheer already ready to go for the win.
So funny. I said to them, hey guys, if you win, you got to do a victory chant. And they were like, guys, what's our victory chant going to be? I was like, you do realize you have to win first. Like, oh, we're going to win. I was like, all right, confident. But hey, it worked out for them. They got the win and they had the victory cheer ready to go.
I love the confidence and they backed it up, indeed. We've got more to come here on the Borderland Blitz. When we come back, we're going to head over to the Land of Enchantment, where over at the Field of Dreams, it was Las Cruces taking on Oregon Mountain, 2 teams in desperate need of a district win. And then plus we'll check in with Jason. He's got your Blitz picks coming up, $50 gift card on the line. Who's going to win it this week? We'll find out after the break.
2022 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes and intelligent off-road technology, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places. The 2022 Nissan family of SUVs. Anything but basic.
Now get no payments for 90 days on Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Cancer can be devastating.
But the journey can be better if we do it together. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Estela Casas. This month, ABC7, Albertsons, and the San Luis de la Casas Cancer Foundation are partnering to provide our neighbors with critical assistance as they fight cancer.
You can donate at the coin canister at Albertsons. When you do, you don't just donate money.
You give hope.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Welcome back to the Borderland Blitz. It's been a cool show so far, but we stayed all in El Paso. Take a trip down I-10 to Las Cruces. It was an important district matchup for two teams in desperate need of a win. Las Cruces taking on Organ Mountain. Neither team has been able to secure a win in district play, and both teams were on a two-game losing skid, so a chance to get the season back on track. We head to the Field of Dreams, whose dreams will stay alive tonight. Organ Mountain hasn't beaten their rivals in 8 years. Could the Dogs win just their second game of the season? Organ Mountain were the ones to find the end zone first. Last play, first quarter, Fabian Lazoya goes left. He's in for the touchdown, 7-0 Knights. Organ Mountain pads their lead. Logan Tarango here finds Isaiah Maldonado for 17 yards.
Nice sliding catch there.
It's 14-0. They call that a touchdown. Impressive.
Whoa.
Then the gloves will come off in a very physical ball game. Watch Las Cruces High's Dave Barella with the 30-yard gain get knocked out of bounds by Fabian Lazoya. Tempers flare, flags are thrown, one player is ejected. Oh my gosh, it's all happening on the sidelines there. When the dust settles, the Bulldogs get the 7-yard touchdown run from Barella, cutting the lead to 14-7. It was 14-10 at the half, and wow, look what Las Cruces High did in the second half. The Dogs found another gear and dominated the second half, winning, going away 31-21, keeping their slim playoff hopes alive. Organ Mountain may be out now and still haven't beaten them in 8 years. Oof.
No, yeah, and maybe perhaps we need Blitzy out there to kind of calm down. Like, calm down.
Hey guys, Blitzy, it's too much. He's just a child. He can't see that.
We got to mention Centennial. Centennial is the #1 team currently in New Mexico right now when it comes down to the rankings. Big matchup for the Hawks tomorrow afternoon in Las Cruces, hosting Carlsbad. Both teams 2-0 in district play. The winner of that one will get sole possession of first place. So, of course, we'll have the highlights for you of that one against Centennial Carlsbad tomorrow at the Field of Dreams. 1 p.m. kickoff time for that one in case you want to go and support those Hawks.
Still happening. If we go to that game and then go to NMSU and watch the Aggies in action. And then that's the battle of
the
I-25.
The Rio Grande rivalry.
It's all happening in Las Cruces
tomorrow. It's a good football day in Las Cruces on Saturday tomorrow. Speaking of some more football action over in New Mexico, it was Goddard taking down the Mayfield Trojans tonight, 42-28. Goddard, very good team. This was their 6th win of the season. This was actually the district opener. So Mayfield opens up district play, unfortunately, with a loss to Goddard. 42-28 was the final. Another score to get to from New Mexico. Gadsden all over Chaparral, 44-0. Congratulations to those Panthers. Time now for the Blitz picks.
Yeah, Jason, we've had not a ton of entries as of late, but I heard there's a few more tonight to pick from, and there's some good ones, right?
Yeah, you know what, Rachel? We have just a few more entries than we did last week, which is a good thing. So remember, you guys, to submit your picks to kvia.com/play. It's your chance to win $50 free.
Free money.
Yeah.
So once again, now that we have 9 picks tonight, so we're just going to go through all of them for you real quick. We will start out here. This one from Haiti Borrego at Eastlake and Franklin. Go Falcons. Very nice picture, Haiti. Next, we have Anthony Wildcats versus the Forsan Buffaloes. And Tommy Sanchez took this photo. Another great one of the inflatable Wildcat right there. Always a fun sight to see. Here, right, another familiar face right here. Ray Navarro. I was at this game, San Elizario versus Riverside. Sorry you had to witness that game, Ray. Great picture.
Maybe he's a Riverside fan. He might have liked it.
Perhaps. We got this one right here from Sergio Gutierrez, I believe, at Isleta.
Oh, yeah, Sergio.
Very nice sideline picture. Paul Oliver, another one from that Riverside San Eli game.
Oh, I like that. The perspective from the helmet. Yeah.
I like this one a lot too, guys. I like this one a lot too. Now we have Maribel Olmos with Burgess.
Love seeing those inflatables.
Chapin. Yeah, another inflatable. Cool. You can never go wrong with them.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one I saw today was the San Eli. It was the Mission. I really enjoyed that. And we've got this last one, Alma Hernandez Americas versus Eldorado. So, of course, there can only be one winner. And I think today we're going to go with...
Yeah,
that was a good shot.
Paul Oliver with the Riverside helmet photo. Thank you, Paul. You have won $50 free a Visa gift card. Congratulations. I remember to submit your picks for next week at kvia.com/play. Now back to you guys.
I like that one. Rules, studs, perspective. Cool.
And you can never go wrong with Blitzy. So if you see Blitzy at any of the games, go ahead and snap a pic, submit the photo. Just saying, you can never go wrong with the Blitzy.
No, we had some people take a photo with him and we were like, submit it, submit it, submit it. I was like, I don't have like complete sway on who wins,
that's
but
all Jason.
I could maybe put a word in for you. And they didn't submit. Guys, come on.
Well, we'll see what happens next week.
Yes, hopefully we put the call out enough. Please come through for us.
Coming up after the break, we're going to recap the scores in case you missed it. Also recap the action from last night. We had a couple of good games as well. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the sweet play of the week, just in case you missed it. That's after the break.
Don't wait until 2023 and start your new career today. Enroll now at Southwest University. We offer flexible schedules and short terms for you to finish your degree faster. Apply today and become an essential worker in the nursing, surgical tech, or health admin fields. That's right, we are now accepting applications to become a registered nurse, surgical tech, or healthcare administrator. For more information, call us today at 915-778-4001 or visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Southwest University makes you happen.
A good education is key for every child, and ESC 19 Head Start is the best place for children to begin. Head Start is El Paso's premier preschool program for expectant mothers and children from birth to 4 years old. Our full range of services support early learning and development in high-quality educational environments. We also help parents with their educational and career goals with classes, training, and community resources. Call or visit us online to register today.
Sometimes, it's as if the universe wants everything to work out. Like getting a new or used car with no payments for 90 days. When the planets align, it's the right time. Get pre-approved for a low-rate GECU auto loan today.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry, sorry, my bad.
It says my name in the prompter. Come on now.
That is true. I am sorry. Rachel, let's hand it over to Rachel Phillips. I was jumping the gun on that one.
All I was going to say was welcome back. So, I mean, you take it from there. So that's all I had.
Well, we're just going to recap the Thursday night games. Go ahead and do the Eastwood Troopers taking on the Socorro Bulldogs. Take it away, Rachel.
Yeah, looking to get closer to the top of the Mountain District 1 6A, riding a 3-game win streak. They were taking on Socorro, and it would be the Troop showing their class on the very first drive of the game. Evan Minajedas with the pass to none other than our sweet play of the week winner for week 7, Curtis Murillo. He darts down the sideline and manages to stay in the field of play. Last week, it was an 85-yard punt return. This week, a 75-yard touchdown reception. He shows the dance moves here. Look at this. Oh, yeah. A little swaggy swaggy. He actually came up to me on the sidelines. He was like, did you get that? I was like, yes, Curtis, I got it. It was a great play. An early touchdown for the Troop, but a lack of ball control from both teams meant we'd wait a little while till we saw another score. The fumble just before, and then the pick right there from Eastwood to recover from Socorro. In the end, it was the Troop that were able to make the most of the mistakes. Minajedas this time to Jace Molden for another Trooper touchdown. And it would be all Eastwood. Final score 59-7. The Troopers moved to 4-1 in district play. Their 4th win in a row.
Super clap on that. They get the Montwood Rams next Friday, so another good game come down. The Battle of the Woods next week. Well, someone call Elton John because we found the Rocket Man. I was out at Irvin last night as the Rockets hosted the Bears from La Bowie in the second quarter. Bowie was up 14-0, but the Rockets taking off. Isaac Guerrero to Israel Martinez. Could get all the way, but oh no, just marked him a yard shy of that. No worries though, a couple of plays later, Guerrero with the quarterback sneak, puts the Rockets on the board, down 14-7. On their next drive, Irvin knocking on the door once again. Jesus Moreno to Guerrero. This time he's a wide receiver, makes the touchdown catch. Game tied at 14, but right before the half, here come the Bears. The mighty, mighty Bears from La Bowie. Quarterback Gael Varela airs it out to Greco Garcia. And yeah, you see the zebra, he calls it. It's good for 6 there as the Bears break the deadlock up 21-14. Very good game, but in the end, it was the Bowie Bears dancing away with the victory in this one. Final score, 28-21. But nice move. You want to talk about nice dance moves?
Yeah.
Look at those guys.
Are you going with Curtis or them? They're both good.
You know, I'll call it a tie. I mean, it's a tie. It's a tie.
Wow.
There. I mean, it's different.
Not willing to make a call over here, Adrian. Come on now.
Different move sets. Yeah. It's all good.
Well, we've already mentioned Curtis. We mentioned the 85-yard punt return, but let's watch it back here as your sweet play of the week.
Getting the cupcakes courtesy of Albertsons as well.
Yeah, Eastwood Troopers goes from here, watches it bounce twice, picks it up, dodges the first defender, and then just weaves in and out, getting some nice blocks from his teammates, and then this last block in particular.
Oh, yeah.
And Curtis Murillo coming at your camera right there for a match-winning 85-yard punt return touchdown. He gets the cupcakes and the dance moves. Head coach Julio Lopez, I guess celebration more than dance moves, right?
And if we could go ahead and take the presentation, I like what you did when you presented them the cupcakes. You actually had them imitate that Julio Lopez. We'll see it coming up here. There you see, you know, they're very excited anytime Rachel comes out with the cupcakes. And here I think it's coming up right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is the imitation on head coach Julio Lopez. I love it. I love how good at sports the guys are too. I didn't even prep him for that. I just on the spot was like, come on, give us your best Coach Lopez impression, and he went for it. And look how good those cupcakes look now. It's yum.
I gotta say, the icing, the blue and yellow icing looks pretty good. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, bias over there. Righto, mate. Righto.
Let's go ahead and recap the scores from Week 8, starting with, of course, our game of the week. Franklin handing Eastlake their first loss in district play. The Cougars getting the win, 26-12 the final. Pebble Hills over Montwood in a close one, 38-35. Those two teams will meet next week. Franklin, Pebble Hills, Thursday night, mark it down. El Dorado over Americas, 49-14. Daniel Theo gets the win over Andrews, 49-20. Chapin all over Burgess, 40-7. And El Paso gets the dub over Jefferson, 21-15.
Then we had Riverside over San Eli, 51-6. Clint over Mountain View in a very, very close one, 28-27. Picos over Fabens in another close one, 16-14. Boston losing out to Anthony, 40-37 there. Los Cruces, as we just saw, the big comeback from them to put Organ Mountain down, 31-21. Goddard over Mayfield, 42-28.
Yeah, that Forson score against Anthony was actually 37-0. Anthony did lose to Forson, so we'll go ahead and change that for our morning sports show. Gadsden over Chaparral, 44-0, and these scores, the next three scores from Thursday night, Eastwood getting the win over Socorro, Bowie over Irvin, and Demi over Santa Teresa in a shutout, 21-0. So that's gonna not quite put the bow on Week 8 because we still have Centennial and Carlsbad tomorrow at the Field of Dreams for first place in district.
But to think that we're pretty much at the end of Week 8, crazy.
Only a couple more weeks, then the playoff show, and then that's going to be doing for us, and then we'll follow along where the teams end up in the playoffs.
Yeah, and hopefully we're following along for a long, long time, because that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely would be. But for now, we're going to end our Week 8 edition of the Borderland Blitz. We'll see you in Week 9. Have a great night, everybody, and an awesome week ahead. We'll see you.
Thank you for watching. ABC 7 News is now available on any of these streaming services, as well as the KVIA News and KVIA Weather and Traffic apps.